So I'm just going to quickly run through the t-test activity. So if we look at all of our data here, we have all the juniors and freshmen all mixed up in their data together. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort this. So we have all of them in order. And then we're going to select all the heights of the freshmen. And we're going to copy that into the freshman column. We're going to copy and paste all the junior data and paste it in its corresponding column. And then we're going to come over here and start calculating our mean, variance, sample size, and degrees of freedom. So we're going to use these equations right over here on the side. So we're going to use average, select that freshman data. And since we have it set up that the freshman and junior columns are right next to each other, and we have these columns as freshman and junior right here, we can actually just take this bottom corner and drag it across, and it'll automatically calculate that average for us. We can do the same thing over here. Variance, select the freshman data, enter. Sample size, we're going to use count. Select this data once again. Drag it over. For our degrees of freedom, since we're doing two groups, we're gonna subtract 1 per group, because in your degrees of freedom, it'll always be the number of subjects minus 1, except for when there's multiple groups. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 times 20, because there's 20 freshmen and there's also 20 juniors. And since we have to subtract 1 per each, we're just gonna do minus 2, and that'll give us 38. For creating the critical value for t, we're just going to do equals t inverse, and then it says probability here for the first value you're going to need. That probability value is just going to be the alpha level. So we're just going to put 0.05, comma, and then it next asks for the degrees of freedom, which we just calculated as 38. We're going to do comma 38, close parentheses, enter. Our critical value is going to be 2.024. For our p-value, we're going to be using a t-test since we're using 2 groups and not more than 2 groups. So we're going to do t-test, parentheses, array 1 is just going to be this freshman column of data. So we're going to select all of that, press comma. Array 2 is just going to be the second group. It's going to be all the heights of our juniors. And then we're going to press comma again. Since we want 2 tails, we're going to use the number 2. And we want this 2 sample equal variance, so we're going to put another 2, close parentheses, so our p-value would be 0.0262. And with using your data pack, you're going to go to data, and then you're going to press data analysis, this data analysis tool pack that we had to download. We're going to scroll. We're going to click on this one, the t-test 2 sample assuming equal variances, and press OK. Variable 1 is just going to be that first selected column of data for our freshmen. This one's going to be our juniors. If you highlighted the labels when you were selecting data, you would click this, but I'm not going to click it since I didn't select the labels when I was selecting my data. And then you're going to click output range. You're going to click this arrow, and then you're just going to select whatever cell you want it. So I want it in this cell. Press enter. It's okay. And then all of this pops up. So now we're just going to check to see if our values are the same. So up here we got a p-value of 0.0262. And here we got 0.0262. So that looks good. And then our t-value is 2.024. We got the same thing here so that we know that it worked.